It's the gold medal matches, and we can't wait to get this underway on finals Thursday. First up, it's the girls, and it's Aquinas College taking on Taiatea. And then in the boys, Opunaki looking to defend their title against Taiatea as well. Let's get it underway.
Hello and welcome to the girls single A final live from Palmy Arena. My name is Andrew Horrocks, alongside former Manawatu Jet and Otago Nugget Stacey Lambert. Stays finals basketball. It doesn't get any better than this, does it?
Kia ora, Andrew. Yep, great to be here. There's a really good vibe out here. We had the music pumping. We've got Pajari giving us a bit of a mihi and introducing the teams. Looking forward to a great battle.
We've got Taiatea against Aquinas College. And the tail of the tape for Taiatea, they took down Greymouth High School, Stratford and Opunaki in pool play before beating Opunaki again in the semi-final 76-66. And then for Aquinas College in pool play, they lost to Manakura. They beat Waihi College, they beat Pairoa College, they beat Te Kura o Te Kutu. And then in the preliminary semi-final, which they had to play in, they took down Stratford High School before taking down the local team Manakura 80-67 in the semi-final. What a big result that was, Stacey.
Yeah, huge result there for them, and a really, look at, finished 5th in qualifying, and so they've just been battling all the way through the tournament, and they see how this will affect them playing that extra game.
Some key players early to look out for Taiatea. Kaylin Gable, Ripika Edwidge injured her ankle last night in the semi-final, so sadly I don't think we're going to see her tonight. Piri Lewis and Penny Aihoa, Rolliston Gable, and then for Aquinas College, Sophie Rogers, Emma Rogers, Mariah Gardner-Hano, Isabella Gillard, and Terina Timu. Don't forget as well, you can follow this along on live stats, which can be found through the Basketball New Zealand website. If you want any information on this tournament, just head to www.nz.basketball. And of course, we've got to thank all our sponsors and partners for this tournament. Our host association, Basketball Manawatu. Our venue, we're at Central Energy Trust Arena. If you are in the Palmerston North area, get on down. It's only $5 for the day, and we've still got 2 amazing finals that you can watch here in Fly Palmy Arena. Our sponsors, Molten, Bailey's, New Zealand Carbon Farming, Caltex, Apollo Projects, and of course MyFM and Glory League. Stace, you've been involved in a few of these finals. Do you get many jitters, or is it all just adrenaline and you're excited?
Oh, no, you have to get jitters, I think, in these moments. So much on stake, you know, your whole season, you put a lot of work, a lot of hours in, and it all comes down to one game, you know. And, you have to bring it. Quite often teams will be, both coaches would have definitely scouted each other's teams, so you won't expect to get anything easy. You're going to have to work hard, stick to your team's strategy, and make things happen. I guess who can take the bull by the horns and get into the swing of things and get some momentum.
How do you prepare your team differently? Because you've only got one game and it's a little bit later on in the day. What do you like to do during the day to kind of take your mind off it as you prepare for the game?
Yeah, definitely go and do something as a team to keep you occupied and keep your mind off the game. You can't be thinking about the game all day. So having a bit of fun, keeping it light, probably a good bit of recovery, perhaps some kind of light exercise. Definitely like to get a shoot around in.
And the officials for this evening's game are referee Kirsty Howardson and referee Leo Shaw. Oh my God,
as both teams out on the floor now
sharp out there.
As we take a look at the referees, Kirsty Howardson and Leo Shaw. Pretty cool thing for them as well, getting to do a final here in the A division.
Please stand.
As we go to the national anthem. Always great to hear the national anthem, isn't it, Stace?
Yeah, it kind of gives a little bit more significance to the game, doesn't it?
So we're going to get into our team lists. Firstly, for Taiatea, Anue Hayes, Tuo Piquet, Caitlin Gable, Ripika Edwards, Piri Lewis, Sina Gable Tiavale, Hinimaioha Rolliston Gable, Tia O'Hare, Maya Graham, Tui Aria Balzahoro, and Tipae Maue. Head coach Aaron Edwards, who we caught up with before the game.
Here with Coach Aaron, you lost an inspirational player in the semi-final. How proud are you to see your team win that game?
Yeah, very proud. Our young ones stepped up very well. They've done well all tournament. Very proud of them. Our leadership from our senior team, they worked really well. It's unfortunate we lost to, but they stepped up and they've done the job for us. So I'm very proud of them.
Now your school's got both the boys and the girls in the final. How does it feel for the school to have both teams do so well this week?
Awesome. It's so good to see us out there. I know our players have worked hard. We're surrounded by a good village. There's some good people around us, not just at our school, but we come from the Waikato, so we've got some good, good coaches and good teams from other schools who have stepped up and given help where we've needed it. With COVID, we've lost a few players along the way that haven't been able to give spark at a tournament, not being on, so they've also been a big part of the development of the team, and we've built a good culture, and it's good to see them out there doing their things, so yeah, really proud of them.
Thank you so much for the insight and best of luck for your game.
Some wonderful words there from Coach Aaron Edwards. And now for Aquinas College, Mariana Balby, Inika Cartwright, Sophie Rogers, Mariah Gardner-Hano, Amelia Gaffney, Isabella Gillard, Grace Kale, Emma Rogers, Nakasha Wakelin, Tarina Timutimu, Shadeen McDonald, Olivia Malone. Head coach is Mike Rogers, and we heard from him before the game.
Here with Aquinas coach Mike Rogers. We've lost the last 2 years to COVID. How special has it been having secondary school nationals back?
Yeah, it's been brilliant. The kids have just been so lucky to get back out there and play basketball again at this level, interact from teams throughout the country. I know it's meant a lot to them, so it's so cool to have it back again.
Now, you've had a lot of success as a sports administrator. What would it mean to win this title with your daughters?
Yeah, I think for me, I just really want the girls to enjoy the experience tonight of playing in a national final. They're a great group of girls who really care about the team. They love representing the team, and they're really loyal and proud of their school, Aquinas. So hopefully we just put on a good show tonight and they have fun.
And you've got a player that's travelling to Australia at the moment. Do you want to say anything on that?
Yeah, the team really wanted me to shout out to Tash Waitashiwa Wakeland. She's been a big part of our team, and it's a real shame she can't be here tonight, but we're going to do our best for her.
Thank you so much, and best of luck.
As we have a look at the crowd on the far side, and it's pretty obvious to see who they're supporting, isn't it, Stace?
The Taiatea Wharekura fans are all dressed up and ready to go.
Was having a look at both teams warming up, and it looks like we're going to see a late inclusion of Ripika Edwards, which is going to be a massive boost here for Taiatea.
I was very surprised to see her suited up, and I saw her ankle was strapped, so she looks good and ready to go.
This is going to be a fun matchup. It was cool listening to before Mike Rogers, your former New Zealand age group teammate.
Yes, back in the under-18 days. We used to have under-18 New Zealand teams then. Mike was the captain. A very good captain. And, carried on to bigger and better things.
What was he like as a player? What was his strength?
Very disciplined, very controlled, organised the floor very well, and could shoot the outside shot.
And very cool, as we heard from him before, coaching his daughters Sophie and Emma. We saw your son playing as well before, so great to see the next generation of athletes coming through with such amazingly influential parents who are putting them on to bigger and better things.
Look, I think Mike's probably just as happy as Tuamairangi was for Hatapora to get into the top four. Mike's just as happy for the position that his team has gotten into to be a contender here. They have played this team before at zones. And Taiatea Wharekura were convincing winners, but clearly Aquinas have improved since that over the last couple of months. So we're looking for a good game here.
Don't forget, as I said before, you can follow this game along on live stats, should you wish, through nz.basketball. If you want any tournament information, as we are underway, and Taiatea are going to have first touch of the basketball through Piri Lewis to the hoop and finishes the kuru whakau. Big finish there for Piri Lewis. Positive start for Taiatea, Stace.
Yeah, great way, great attacking the rim, starting early on, finishing with the offhand there.
Here is Rogers with the kuruwhiwhi toru. And the tūrapa goes the way of Taiatea. Here is Edwards. Nice little dish off. Baby hook shot is good from Tia Ohia. Taiatea, perfect start, Stace. That's what you want in the final. 2 trips and 2 baskets.
And let's see how Aquinas can respond. Rogers with the ball to the top to his sister.
Little spin move. Aquinas can't finish on that first one. And Taiatea out to a 4-0 lead. Just over a minute played here in the girls' single A final. Puts up the kuruwhiwhi toru, hits the tapa, and the tūrapa is going to stay with Taiatea. Lewis. Here's Piri Lewis into the... She just got bumped and lost it. But Edwards with the kuruwhiwhi toru as the shot clock expires. 7-0. 6-0, sorry. I thought that was a kuruwhiwhi toru. It's been given as a 2. And now changed back to a kuruwhiwhi toru. So 7-0. And Aquinas there off the tapa. That's going to go out of bounds. And with 2 minutes played, Stace, Taiatea off to a dream start.
And just the type of shots that they've got. They're driving, attacking the basket, making good options, whereas Aquinas really forcing a couple of shots, a couple of early threes.
I'm liking these little actions here from Taiatea. Getting the defense moving. We're seeing Wahine to Wahine defense. As Kaylin Gable, little crossover into the lane. Would have liked one extra pass there as that hits the tupper once again. Edwards off the tupper as well. And here come Aquinas looking for their first score in the girls single A. Here is Rogers. Good defense. And the turapa goes into the hands of Rapika Edwards. She's going to be a crucial player for Taiatea. And you talk about MVP, Stace. Should they win, her name's going to be in the conversation. And we're going to see a blocking foul there on number 3, Sophie Rogers.
Great anticipation by Sophie Rogers there. Just a half a step behind. Almost took the charge, anticipated exactly where the dribbler was going.
And with the speed of these athletes these days, you've got to be so quick, don't you, Stace, to get in those positions.
Absolutely.
Here is a lovely little crossover from Lewis. Offensive turapa. But then away come Aquinas College, who have an opportunity to try and get on the scoreboard here. It's been all Taiatea. Rogers spins. Hits the Papamuri and the tupper. And the turapa's on the floor. And Rogers again, no good. Great wall up from Taiatea. Perfect defensive position.
Excellent work from Rolleston Gable. Keeping the verticality, keeping the hand straight up, and comes down the other end to finish. Is hit on the layup. Kurufaka'u. And she'll step to the paihara, to the foul line.
Rolleston Gable there with a great take. Defender couldn't get the angle on it. As we're going to see that's going to get another one. As a little bit of a late sub there from Aquinas College. Isabella Gillard taking a seat, and in comes Shadeen McDonald. You can hear Mike Rogers there, Stays calling for a 5-out action on the next offensive position. So let's see how this works out as we see him there on the screen. 0 for 2 there, but another offensive turapa for Taiatea. Here is Edwards. Rapika Edwards, little floater, and hits the tupper. And that's going to roll out of bounds into the Bailey sign, our proud sponsor.
And just early, Andrew, we can see Taiatea making their presence felt on the offensive boards. That's something Aquinas are going to have to look at.
Tough drive there from Grace Kale. But away comes Rapika Edwards, dancing a little bit with the ball. And nice to see as well, they're passing and they're not just standing still after they make the pass, are they? They're cutting well, creating space for their teammates. Here is Edwards, what a pass to Lewis. Hits the tupper twice and it gets her own turapa. Great extra pass, Edwards straight in front of the commentary box. Never looked like missing, did it, Stace?
Never looked like missing. Great ball movement, great extra pass. And Taiatea looking good.
Great break of the trap there. Here is Rogers, little left-hand swing pass. And great wall up again from Taiatea. Edwards with the reverse layup. Her ankle looks in pretty good shape, doesn't it? As we see the first time out of the game taken from Mike Rogers. Stays Taiatea. The dream start up 12-0 here.
Oh, 8 points already. Ripika Edwards, 2 threes and a layup. Mike Rogers forced into an early timeout here in the first quarter. His team really struggling to get on the board. So, yeah, we'll see what they come out with here. And he was asking for a bit of 5 out. So he might want to spread the floor a little bit. Taiatea have been collapsing in really well on any penetration. So perhaps they just need to look to kick it out for the extra easier shot.
As a coach yourself, what are some of the little adjustments or tweaks that he could make to try and free up his players to get on the board, and once they get on the board, gain a little bit of momentum?
Yeah, well, I think you'd want to be coming back to some of your structure. So you're shooting shots and you're taking actions and movements that you're used to. Yeah, and keeping the floor spread. keeping those lanes open and moving off penetration. When people penetrate and they collapse, don't stay in the same spot, try and move to an open spot.
Teams are back out on the court. Here come Aquinas College looking for their first basket. And Stace, always a fan of a little bit of full court wahine to wahine, and that forces the turnover from Aquinas.
Yes, a great job there by Caitlin Gable, bothering the defender, the ball carrier.
Great defense there from Aquinas, making things difficult for Taiatea on this position. Edwards, mid-range jump shot. No good, and rebound, Rogers. But again, that full court wahine to wahine, making things difficult for her.
Turns down the screen, hands it off to her sister. Drives, gets her own put back. Great follow-up.
Puts it in off the Papamuri. And that is just the response Mike Rogers wanted. As we have another look at it on the action replay. Fights amongst the trees for her own rebound and puts it up and in. Leaves that one short though off the tapa.
Perhaps a little bit rushed with that one.
Rebound, Ma'u. Here comes Edwards. Great work there from Taiatea, just working the ball around, and the foul is going to be called there on Shadeen McDonald.
Some great movement from Taiatea. Balls moving, cutters. Just doesn't allow the defense to be able to set.
Nice little box action in the steal from McDonald. Lewis tried to chase it down but can't. And gets the easy layup off the Papamuri.
Well, yeah, you got to be happy with that as Coach Mike Rogers starts clapping his hands. Two layups when you're struggling for some points.
Here is Taiatea. Again, just working the ball around. Little floater. Hits the Papamuri and the tapa. And it's no good. Away comes Sophie Rogers to the hoop. Drew a lot of contact. And it's going to be Shadeen McDonald again going to the line. A lot of contact though on that initial drive. As we have another look at it.
Yeah, perhaps initiated from the offense.
That's going to be the call.
But Shadeen has come on and made a huge impact since she's subbed in for Isabella.
Short on the first is Shadeen McDonald. Makes the second 12-5, Taiatea. And good to see a little bit of full court pressure there as well from Shadeen McDonald.
She's very agile, isn't she?
Down goes the shoulder from Rapika Edwards. And it's going to be...
Great footwork from number 15, Shadeen McDonald. Full court pressure.
She's been a real bright spark in this game for Aquinas College, hasn't she, Stace?
Absolutely, in the first quarter. Let's
Here
hope
comes
that carries on.
Rogers for Aquinas College. As we see the Taiatea fans starting to lift, trying to get their wahine. Help on the defensive end. And they've done just that, getting the steal. Here come Taiatea. Rapika Edwards. Working it around to Piri Lewis. Great pass to the corner. Thought they might have had a shot, but Stace giving up a good shot for a better shot, potentially. As Penny Rolliston Gable. Edwards. The Kurufifi Toru. Bodies on the floor. And deemed out of bounds. And that is going to be Aquinas ball. Interesting call.
Interesting call, that one. A lot of contact there. Referees are letting a bit of contact go.
Again, full court wahine to wahine from Taiatea. Oh, Rogers, what a finish.
Rogers goes around to Opiki there. Down bloody nose lane, finishes the left hand.
Lewis spins beautifully, finds a cutter. And again, it's just been in games of runs, hasn't it, Stace? 12-0, then 7-0. Taiatea just answering the Aquinas comeback. Here is Rogers, tough look. Hits the Papamuri. But they keep the ball. 10 seconds on the shot clock here. Here's Rogers just surveying, dancing a little bit. Puts his shoulder down, great kick out. To assister, blocked. 2 seconds on the shot clock. And great defensive stand again from Taiatea. And their fans are absolutely stoked with that defensive position.
Picker Edwards is all over the place. Great close out there, got a hand to the wide open 3 for Rogers. Now, Taiatea Lewis with the ball. I like seeing her coming off those handoffs. She looks lethal. Has to reverse it to her again. Let's look for some penetration.
Edwards, Kurufifi Toru doesn't catch anything. And a foul is going to be called. Looks like that'll be on Amelia Gaffney for Aquinas College. And those are coach killers, aren't they, Stace?
So we get Isabel Gillard checks back in.
Here come Taiatea Lewis, little swing pass onto the right-hand side. Great extra pass. Anue Hayes to Opike.
Goes to the Papamuri.
And a tip there from Tipae Mau.
You can just sense here, Andrew, Taiatea really want this.
Well, it's great. We're talking to the coaches before about what it means to have both the boys and the girls make the Single A finals. Not often that happens, as what a layup and a finish from Piri Lewis.
I just love watching this Taiatea Lewis. Just great drive to the basket. Unlucky not to get the foul.
Rogers surveys, decides to take it herself. And just a little bit of a lazy foul there, Stacey. Didn't need that, and that is potential to be 2 shots.
Yes, it is only her foul, but you're right, this is going to lead to 2 shots. Quite often you see players do that after they miss a shot or they make a mistake, as they double up on their mistake with a foul.
There's a bit of team stats after their hot start. Taiatea 7 for 19 from the field. Aquinas College 3 for 14. And 3-pointers. Taiatea already with 5 in this quarter. They've put up 15, as we see Angelo Hill on the screen. Local legend coming down to watch. Out of Taranaki from the States. And which way is that tip? That's going to stay Aquinas College ball. It says, what adjustments could they make here to try and help themselves get open to get the ball up the court?
Well, first of all, on the inbounds, they're all too low. They just need to get a little bit higher and give themselves more space so they can break off into it. But look, once they get the ball in, there's not too much. I feel very confident with the 2 Rogers girls being able to handle any kind of pressure.
As a foul's called. And so we're going to see some 3 throws being shot. Here is Aquinas. We have another look at it, and yep, a lot of moving bodies there. And so some kuru tautukus to be shot.
Very tough, these Rogers girls, hey? I can see that they've been playing one-on-one with Dad, and Dad has been probably been beating them up a little bit. They're not used to, certainly not scared to take it in there.
And converts the second, Emma Rogers. So Taiatea, as we come into the final 30 seconds of quarter number 1 of the girls A final. Good defense, good little step through. And offensive rebound again for Taiatea.
Yes.
10 seconds to play here, quarter number 1. Rogers kicking it ahead. And just can't find her team out. Olivia Malone. So you'd have to think Taiatea with, as we have another look at that pass, with the final shot, 3 seconds. Great extra pass. And a bucket for Taiatea Ma'u. What a confidence booster that's going to be, Stacey Lambert, to go up 23-8 after one quarter.
Wow, the Ngā Taiatea Wharekura fans are having a good time at the moment. 15-point lead in the first quarter with an outstanding start from Ripika Edwards, the captain of her team. But also many awesome supporting roles coming from Rolleston Gable on the boards, and Ngā Taiatea not only shooting better but just dominating the boards. Offensively, that's definitely something that Coach Rogers will be talking about in his timeout, and then trying to get some better looks so they can get up and get some scores. Nothing's coming easy for them. Ngā Taiatea are forcing them into tough shots every single time.
Cool to see a lot of the young referees who are involved in this tournament coming down to celebrate and stay. What an atmosphere we've started to create in this arena. It's been quiet all week, but anytime finals are involved, people get loud.
And there's been some loud supporters for sure. Unfortunately, Aquinas haven't had too much to cheer about. Let's hope they can give their fans something to cheer about and quieten these Ngā Taiatea Wharekura fans.
Some stats for the game. Ngā Taiatea 9 of 23, 39% shooting up against Aquinas 3 of 14. And anytime you have 9 extra shots, Stace, that's going to add up on the scoreboard.
Yeah, absolutely. We talked about it in the game before, the value of offensive rebounding. It's just so disheartening when you play defense for 24 seconds, someone gets a rebound, kicks it out and shoots a 3 in your face.
Top scorers for this one, Ripika Edwards has 10. Anue Hayes Tuapiki has 5. And then on the other side, Emma Rogers with 5. And Shadeen McDonald have the 8 points between us. The Kaitakaro are back on the court, and what a steal already for Ngā Taiatea. Lewis, Piri Lewis.
Great.
With the kuru whakau. Nice and easy.
Excellent little give and go there. Quick hands from Tuopiki. Straight back down the other end, unable to convert.
Ripika Edwards with the rebound. That is going to be number 4 for the leader of Ngā Taiatea. And we said before, early in the first quarter, Stace, you think about MVPs for the girls single A, it's hard to go much further past than Ripika Edwards.
I'd like to see Aquinas get into a few more of the passing lanes, maybe keep the ball on one side of the floor. Everything seems to be flowing for Ngā Taiatea.
Rogers into bloody nose lane. We were having a discussion before about where that saying might come from. We've heard it from different places. We have another look at the action replay of this. Good drive. And great call. Thought that might have been shooting though, Stace. She'd picked the ball up.
Looked like she was in her strides for a layup.
Aquinas trying to get to Sophie Rogers. Great turn of the corner. The floater off the tupper. Offensive rebound is put back beautifully from Isabella Gillard.
Gillard starting to make her presence known inside there.
And the Kuruwhiwhi Toru off the Papamuri is good from Tuapiki. And I tell you what, Stace, the more you try, the luckier you get. And you need those in a final, don't you? As Rogers is blocked.
Te Paia Ma'u with an outstanding block. Protecting the lane.
And you could hear the crowd there as they saw the action replay on, it's not even a big screen, is it, Stace? It's a massive screen in the background. Here is Rogers, drives and is fouled. She draws the hara beautifully.
This girl is relentless. How many times has she hit the floor and she's just taking it straight down the lane? There's a lot of, when she gets penetration like that, the other players are leaving their players to help. So you know, chuck that shot up. You can be confident that one of your other players is in there for a free rebound. Sometimes I always encourage players, unless they're really off balance, sometimes just you're better off just trying to finish, let the person be free for the rebound rather than make the extra pass that could get deflected.
Well, that's the key thing, right? You're usually going to draw a second defender once you get to the hoop, so someone's going to be nice and open, as we saw there. As Tuo Piquet draws another foul, and that is going to be baseline ball.
Well, Tuo Piquet is really causing some hassles for Aquinas. She's had 2 threes, so now they're really rushing out at her. And of course, when you hit your shots on the outside, the defense are running at you. It's pretty easy to pump fake and get by.
Makes the first there. And a chance to be the second player in double digits behind her teammate Ripika Edwards. And as always, I've cursed her, and that'll be no good. Aquinas ball.
Great active hands from Tiaho Maiohia.
Here is Rogers for Aquinas. Kaylin Gable doing a wonderful job there, just disrupting her, trying to slow the ball down. Rogers finds a wide open teammate with a Kurufifi Toru. Hits the tapa, and the tūrapa goes the way of Taiatea. Lewis, little up fake. Good ball movement here from Taiatea, trying to find a lane to drive, but Aquinas doing a wonderful job, making it tough. Nearly in off the Papamuri, and the tūrapa is out of bounds. Athletic save there though from Taiatea. As we have another look at it. Managing to evade the both the Baileys and the New Zealand carbon farbing signs.
And checking back into the game is number 14, Olivia Malone.
Here is Rogers. Good pivot. Mid-range jump shot is good from Isabella Gillard. Positive position there, Stace. Working around Taiatea. Oh, what a gorgeous spin and up fake. And that deserved the basket.
Oh, that was beautiful to watch. Great slide dribble to the middle, pump fake, and then the up and under.
Rogers, little handoff. Great wall up from Taiatea. Olivia Malone could not find any space inside the key. And here comes Taiatea. Lewis, great defense though. Finds a teammate wide open. Still 7 seconds on the shot clock. And Malone hands off to Rogers.
Malone
looking to push it. Rogers takes contact. How good is Hini Mayo here? Rosalind Gable been on the rebounds. And another Kurufifu Toru. Made by Penny Lewis. Taiatea 34. Aquinas 13. 4 minutes gone here in quarter number 2. Here's Rogers stepping through.
Well composed, great composure on that shot. Made it look so easy.
Anytime you can get a kuru whakau, you've got to be pretty happy, Stace.
Especially with this Taiatea defense, that's just walling up anytime anybody gets into the paint.
As bodies hit the floor. Spin move, Gable. Hits the Papamuri. And Aquinas ball.
Again, Taiatea just relentless on the offensive boards.
Well, you can tell, Kanu Stace, they don't want to let this game come down to the fourth quarter. They want to try and put this one to bed as early as they possibly can, take all the pressure off them.
And as we can see, Aquinas, they're just not going to give up.
Rogers, no good on both attempts. Taiatea, a chance here to push this to over 20 points. Bit of a little harmless turnover there from Rolliston Gable. And here come Aquinas through Rogers. Just sizing up her defender. Passes it to her sister. Spin move with the right hand. And one off the Papamuri. Emma Rogers
Well, it's only going to be a matter of time before she's going to knock a few more shots down. Ngā Taiatea are going to need to do something about that penetration. The two Rogers girls are penetrating with ease. They are meeting a wall of resistance, but you know, you risk putting your teammates in foul trouble when they have to help all the time and contest those laps, especially the way Rogers is attacking the body of the defender, initiating most of the defense and getting rewarded.
Awesome to see on screen there just before, as we were talking last night about speed dealer sunglasses. I don't know what those are even called, but they're a bit loud.
There we have Regan and Horomona. That is Taiatea's Balzahoro. That is her parents there.
Great to see as well Leanne Walker in the crowd, assistant coach for the Northern Kahu, also now a New Zealand Tall Ferns assistant coach, as we see her there. Maybe just, I think she's just seen herself on the big screen as she turns around. One of the nicest people, I think, Leanne. Always a woman of high moral excellence. But maybe scouting some young wahine.
And I mean, she's had a lot of success, right? And those are the kind of values that breed success.
As you see some more fans there for Ngā Taiatea. We're talking last night, the Pit Vipers. The Ngā Taiatea boys team. Isn't it great to see Stace just youthful enthusiasm?
Absolutely. Wasn't so long ago that was us, Andrew. Time flies.
Rogers, no good. Offensive rebound, up and in. Shadeen McDonald, we talked about it a bit in the first quarter. Been a bit quiet in the second, but plays like that are what you need to get back in this game. 34-17, Ngā Taiatea up against Aquinas College. And Gable is fouled.
A little bit of frustration there for number 14. Is that Olivia Malone? Felt like she had good position there.
14 is Terina Timutimu.
Oops. Sorry, Terina.
Hey, at the end of the day, Stace, it's not the first mistake we've made, and it's not going to be the last. Here come Ngā Taiatea. Gable finds a little seam. Somehow got that pass to Lewis. Edwards, in and out. And the tūrapa goes in the hands of Rogers for Aquinas College. A chance to try and get this to a 13-point game. But they're going to need their passing to be a little bit cleaner than that. Here is Rogers, under 10 to go on the shot clock. Comes off the on-ball screen, turns the corner, finds an open shooter in the corner, and a beautiful jump shot. That's what they need, Aquinas College.
Miriana Balby. Nice mid-range jumper.
Apologies to your home. It looks like they put their score up potentially on the wrong side, as we're going to see a foul called on number 14, Terina Timutimu.
I just feel that the Aquinas defense is just always behind the ball here, that Ngā Taiatea are just moving the ball through the hands. It's nothing more frustrating as a defender, seeing the ball move around and having to chase people around.
Still waiting for the scorers. Timutimu, that's her second, so she's going to take a seat. I'm pretty sure, personally, that the score is 34-21. That's what we've got on the live stats. Our feed on this comes off what the scoreboard goes off, so we won't be able to change that unless they change it. But I've got it 34-21. Ngā Taiatea up against Aquinas College. Here is Edwards dancing into the lane. What a shot, Stace!
Oh, tough shot. Great defense too by Rogers. Cut her off twice on two things. She crosses over twice and pulls up with the floater.
Here is Edwards. Draws two defenders, finds assist. That's a deep Kurufifi Toru attempt. Rebound, Rapika Edwards.
Well, a crucial 3 minutes coming up here for Aquinas. They really need to get a stop here and get a couple of scores, pull it back a few points, just to stay in reach going into the half.
As that score has now been corrected, 36-21. What a crossover again with the floater.
Again there, the Aquinas players too deep there, not leaving them any space to pass the ball in.
As we see head coach Aaron Edwards looking a bit nonchalant on the team bench. Probably enjoying how his Wahine have started this game.
Yeah, you'd certainly rather be 17 up than 17 down.
Little handoff there. Here's Kale off her foot. Rogers thinks about it, kicks it out. And McDonald doesn't trouble any part of the basket structure, and so as we see Rapika Edwards there.
And Edwards missed a couple of those little 1 foot floaters earlier on. I mean, geez, they're cutting off her first drive and then she's just countering that.
Little dribble handoff there from Lewis to Gable. Looks like no, back to Wahine defense. Thought it might have been a little bit of a 3-2 zone there for Aquinas. Gable, good kick out. Finds the cutting Lewis. Edwards. Short on the Kurufifi Toru. As she tells the coach, sorry, my bad. Might just be the ankle bothering her there a little bit on that lift.
Yeah, they're really smart basketball players, these Taiatea Wharekura ladies. They're very, very good at making reads, moving off each other's movements.
Here is Rogers. Goes back into a dribble handoff with her sister. Steps through and is fouled. Nice little sidestep there from Emma Rogers.
And a valuable foul against someone who's really dominating this game. Rapika Edwards. So, I mean, look, Rogers herself is dominating this game. She's been to the foul line many times.
Chance here for Emma Rogers to get herself into double figures. Rapika Edwards with 14. Piriki Tiaroha Lewis with 9. another commentator's curse. I'm on fire tonight, I reckon. Rogers also the leading rebounder at the moment for Aquinas College with 4. Here is Taiatea. Gable working it around. Good pass there from Lewis. Great cross-court shift again. Gable. 7 seconds on the shot clock. They've got to do something here, Taiatea. Lewis crosses over. Floater. And is fouled by number 6, Amelia Gaffney. Good use of the whole shot clock, Stace.
Yeah. And not a bad person to have the ball in her hands in the last few seconds. I've really loved the way Piriki Tiaroha Lewis has every single time she's looked to do something. It's looked positive and fruitful. I'd like to see her do a little bit more, but she's just so smart and so patient.
Misses the second there. Which way is this going to go? I thought there was quite a confident move there from Amelia Gaffney to just let that one go. Thought it might have come off her, but she knew what she was doing. We see a steal there from Edwards. Finds Lewis. No good there off the Papamuri. Tries to throw it off her opponent. No good. Here comes Kale to the hoop. Blocked by Taiatea, courtesy of Rolliston Gable. And a chance here to make it a 20-point game. Just over a minute to play. Beautiful up fake and mid-range jump shot. Hits the tupper. And rebound, Sophie Rogers. On-ball screen up early there for Emma Rogers to the hoop. Hook shot, no good. Rebound, Piri Lewis.
Unfortunate there, great move. Drew the contact to create the space. Unable to convert.
Rolliston Gable puts her head down. Great pivot, extra pass. Gable gives it straight back to her teammate. Beautiful passes. And that's going to come off the foot of Gaffney.
Geez, I'd love to go and see some of Aaron Edwards' trainings, because every single one of his players just seems so fundamentally sound.
Lewis, the Kurufifi Toru is good. She looked up and saw the time on the shot clock, put it up. And now Taiatea 42, Aquinas College 21. Here is Rogers, passes it to his sister, finds a little seam around the defense. And a beautiful kuru whakau.
I just cannot stop her getting to the rim.
Edwards, kuruwhiwhi toru again. And they're gonna let this run out. So, half-time here in girls single A action. Taiatea 45, Aquinas College 23. We're going to take a quick commercial break and we're going to be back with the second half.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
This isn't about long-distance calling, technology, or living overseas.
Do I have one more bid? Thank you.
We're going to go once. We're going twice.
And we are sold to the Kiwi phone bidder from Manchester.
It's about Bailey's finding buyers that others can't.
Kia ora, Lauren Hiblay here from the Tall Ferns. We're out here in Flaxmere Park in Hawke's Bay. We've just opened up this new basketball court for hoops in parks. It's really cool to provide the tamariki with somewhere to go, somewhere to be physically active, play a bit of basketball with their friends. Good asset to the community, especially for those young ones who want to get amongst basketball. So yeah, it's really cool to see us open this new facility in this park that is just beautiful in Hawke's Bay.
Kia ora, Pierre Cameron here. Just want to talk a little bit about the Hoops in Parks and the Hoops in Schools program. It's been amazing. The return on investment is priceless. The accessibility for all the kids and the tamariki to get in here and enjoy themselves, especially through these trying times, been amazing. And just to get outside, you know, it's pretty awesome walking outside and seeing this kind of ballpark available. It's great, especially in these times.
Kia ora whānau, Peliri Oli here, Councillor for Flaxmere Ward, Hastings District Council. I'm here to support the initiative today, Hoops and Parks. Very, very amazing result, and it's encouraging our people to come and spend time here, and especially together with the youth. I encourage other councils to jump on board. Yeah.
Kia ora, my name's Taiatea. Really enjoyed it here at the Flaxmere Courts. And looking forward to play again.
We've been waiting for the courts to open for a while now. Now that they're up, I'm glad that they're here for an activity after school. And yeah.
I like that the courts are purple.
What I like about the court is that it's different to many other courts in Flaxmere.
I like these courts because they're in a good position from if you want to go to the park or come here. And I like it because it's easy to bounce the ball and take easy shots.
My name's Rakili. Shout out to everyone that made these courts happen, and yeah, me Naz.
No time to fluff around today? No worries. Just swing into Caltex and pay for fuel with Pay an App to speed on through. Ooh, yeah. Feels good. Use it at your local participating Caltex.
Welcome back here to Fly Palmy Arena. Andrew Horrocks alongside Stacey Lambert. And Stace, while we're in that commercial break, we saw one of the great things about Nationals, a few dares being laid off to one of the teams. We don't need to talk about what they did, but we certainly had a little bit of a laugh in the commentary box, didn't we?
Oh, great to see the energy. You certainly feel on finals day the energy's picking up. Despite this being a 45-23 game, it's been an exciting game to watch and be a part of. Some outstanding plays.
With only 20 minutes left to play here in the girls' single A final, Taiatea 45, Aquinas 23. Some stats. Pitty Lewis played the whole first half. She had 13 points, 3 rebounds and 5 assists. Rebecca Edwards, 17 points, 7 rebounds. And then on the Aquinas side, the standout for me who played all 20 minutes, Emma Rogers, 10 points and 4 rebounds. His sister Sophie had been quite big in other games. She's been quite quiet. Good defense on her, only 2 points and 3 rebounds. So Stace, I need one key from each team if they're going to come out champions. Let's start off with the team that's trying to chase Aquinas College. What have they got to do?
They've got to disrupt the momentum, the offensive momentum that Ngā Taiatea have got. And then probably offensively, they need to sort that, getting the ball inbounds with a bit of momentum, not having to be trapped into the corner. So go early, get up, get a shot up early before the defense gets set.
Here comes Ngā Taiatea getting us underway for the second half of the girls' single A final. Beautiful up fake. And the tūrapa ends up in the hands of Olivia Malone. Passing it off to Sophie Rogers. And just setting up here. Nice little action there from the weak side, Stace. Trying to get some runners onto the ball. And a foul there called. So Emma Rogers is going to go and shoot some kuru tautukus.
Great moves there. You know, she took off the wrong foot, kept the body balanced, took the hit. She's got a really good knack of beating the defender, and just before she goes to shoot, she initiates the contact, then creates the space to get that shot off. She's not that tall. She's able to get any shot off she just about wants.
What's the saying? Is it hard over height? Here is Edwards for Ngā Taiatea going from left to right now on our screens. Passes it off to Lewis. Good patience here from Ngā Taiatea. And a foul is called.
They're just a bunch of ballers, eh? I mean, they move the ball, they all make the right decision. When the closeout's slow, they attack. They all catch and square up.
Well, it's just those solid fundamentals that have led to them shooting 7 from 11 from the three-point line. And if you can do that in a final, it's going to make a big, big difference.
And I think quite often you wonder why teams do shoot so well, but I mean, it's clear here they're getting wide open. They're all in flow.
Here is Aquinas College. Rogers thought about it, puts the ball on the floor. Kale on the left-hand side, good pivot. Oh, what an up fake. But can't convert, gets her own rebound. Great little up fake again, Rogers. They're doing such a good job, Stace, of just closing out on her, not allowing any open kuru fifi torus for Sophie Rogers, but it's Emma Rogers that time that puts it up. And just a little bit long there off the tupper. Great shot there from Piri Lewis. Rebounded again from Ngā Taiatea. They're winning the rebound count at the moment. It's a lot more even than I thought. It's 29-25 to Ngā Taiatea. Rogers finally gets the kuru fifi toru. She launches. Saved by Malone, and it almost hits the New Zealand carbon farming sign. And so it's going to be Ngā Taiatea ball.
Yeah, Aquinas just really struggling to get good looks. That was a good look from Rogers, but uncharacteristically an air ball. Wouldn't want to leave her open too often.
Here is Ngā Taiatea. Edwards, lovely little handoff to Gable. Great ball movement, as you said, from Ngā Taiatea. If you're at home, as Edwards puts up the jump shot, I mean, that's how you want an offense to look, right? Bodies moving, creating space.
Getting through the hands.
Here is Rogers. And a good take again from Shadeen McDonald, but doesn't convert on the layup attempt. And with 2.5 minutes gone, as Edwards thought about it, the potential MVP for Ngā Taiatea and this whole competition. Little battle for the ball. Here comes Rogers. She's got her eyes up, surveying, almost threw it to her sister. Actually ended up throwing Edwards to the right. And that's what caused the long closeout and the foul on Olivia Malone, caused by Rebecca Edwards.
That's number 3 for Rebecca Edwards. So what do you do there, Andrew? Your top player's got 3 fouls in the third quarter. Looks like Aaron Edwards has already put the answer in, and we've got Tuaupiki. Tuaupiki looks like she's going to be checking in soon.
Well, it's interesting. I would have actually gone the other way. I would have gone full trust in my captain, my best player, and said, you know, keep getting us this lead, because if you foul out by the time that happens, hopefully our lead's big enough where the damage is already done and you've won us this title. As Edwards with the little floater, one of my favourite superstitions as a coach, stays the player that you're going to sub out always scores. I was talking to Ryan Doubledam about that. He disagreed, but I think he's gonna be converted by the end of this tournament. Rogers, what a little floater! That's what they need, Aquinas College. They need a lot more trips that are going to end with points than do not, if they're going to take down Taiatea in this girls' single A matchup. Taiatea never won the girls' single A title. Won a single A boys title in 2009. Big Kuruwhiwhi Toru attempt, hits the Papamuri twice, Edwards. And I tell you what, Stace, when you've got momentum, those always go in, don't they?
That was a lucky roll, but you did right. The basketball gods rewarding you.
And Kale is stripped. It's going to stay Aquinas ball as we see a double substitution here for Aquinas. It looks like number 18, Miriana Balbi, and number 14, Terina Timutimu in the game as we see Edwards take a seat for Taiatea. Great pass there from Rogers. Little floater off the Papamuri, no good. Fight for the Turapa. And Shady McDonald, Stace, has been a real bright spark for Aquinas in this one.
And finally, Aquinas get a bit of a lucky roll.
Terina Timutimu. Oh, you got to put them up, don't you, for them to drop. As Wayne Gretzky said, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Good patience here. Once again with the little floater. And a beautiful finish from Ma'u. And you talk about tournament team, Stace. She'd be in mine if I was picking it.
Yep. She was the recipient of a very clever screen from Ohia on the baseline, sealing off the defender.
Here is Rogers up the top, comes off the on-ball from McDonald. Still going with the left hand, floater again. Hits the tapa, hits the Papamuri, and drops in beautifully for Aquinas College. 51-30. Taiatea over Aquinas.
Rogers is really just keeping the team close by herself.
Lewis with the left hand, hits the Papamuri and the tapa. But the Turapa goes the way of Shady McDonald. Just asking the referee a little question there about some of the contact that she received on the way down. Great kick ahead from Rogers to her sister, the Kuruwhiwhi Toru. And the rebound by Tipaia Ma'u. What's got to change, Stace? I'd like to see a little bit more full court pressure here from Aquinas. They've got to try and speed the game up a little bit, don't they? And take Taiatea out of their flow as McDonald once again with the steal.
I don't feel they have the confidence. It seems like they're on defense to stay with these girls. Quickness of Taiatea.
Rogers, both father and daughter wanting the foul there. Always good, isn't it, to be backed up by dad on those kind of calls?
What I would like to see, Andrew, is Aquinas getting in some passing lanes and stopping, allowing the ball reversal all the time.
Rogers to the hoop with the left hand, no good. Gets it back, puts up the two-pointer, it looks like. Referee didn't signal a three, and it ends up in the hands of Perry Lewis. Running out, bounce pass, beautifully with the reverse layup. And Perry Lewis once again short on the Kuru Whakau attempt. Great defense there from Aquinas College. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Kuruwhiwhi Toru is good from Perry Lewis. And when you're on, you're on, as a timeout is called from Aquinas College. Stays, let's have a look at that beautiful toru from Ngā Taiatea.
Piri ki te aroha, Lewis just showing her versatility, doing some great work on defense, driving to the basket, dishing off, hitting threes. She's the all-round package.
So we have a look at the stats from this one. Ngā Taiatea, they're shooting 38%, but massively Stace. And this is the ball game right here. 8 of 12 from the three-point line. That's almost unheard of for an age group side.
It's just those short closeouts, and Aquinas are sagging off a little bit too much. And well, when you move the ball like that, you're going to get open shots. And I think when you're in flow and when you touch the ball, I've never been a shooter. It was just so frustrating coming on, not touching the ball, and then being expected to shoot it. You like to get it through your hands a few times, have a couple of dribbles, get a bit of rhythm. And that's exactly what's happening for Ngā Taiatea tonight.
I think that's the key thing, right, is that they're shooting such a high percentage. But when you're shooting a high percentage shot, you're going to shoot a high percentage, aren't you? Because it's nothing's been forced, nothing's been contested, and it's nothing that Aquinas is doing wrong. It's just Ngā Taiatea is just executing at such a high rate.
It's like all 5 players are just making the right decision every single time. They're all moving. They all know each other so well. I'd like to know how long they've been playing together, this group.
As we see my favorite volunteer there, just getting amongst the dance moves. Over 100 volunteers this week have been organised by Tess Petley. Stace, what a remarkable job she's done for us.
What a remarkable job she's done for Basketball Manawatu as well. She's been very active in the community, doing lots of things.
Here is Lewis working the ball around. Give the ball a bit of magic. Here is Edwards dancing, spinning. Lewis. Great kick out onto the wing. Back to Edwards. That's the Wahine you want the ball in the hands of. And the floater's no good off the tupper, but the tūrapa goes to Lewis. And this time, it bounces around the tupper, but out. Didn't see that one coming, Stace. I thought that one was going to be good the way she's been going.
Yep, she missed a couple of layups there, but look, I think she's on line for a triple-double, a few more rebounds. I think she had 7 assists in the first half.
She has 16 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists. Her teammate, Ripeka Edwards, 21 points and 8 rebounds. So you talk about dynamic duos. It doesn't get better than those two. There's no good there on the first. Don't hang your head. Young Emma Rogers, keep going. It's going to be up to her, not solely on her, but up to her to bring this one back. As we see her teammates looking on. Here comes Piri Lewis.
Bit of a 2-3 zone here. No, it's not.
It's strange, isn't it? It looks like a matchup zone. Oh, Ripeka Edwards with the Kuruwhiwhi Toru. And I'm calling it now, Stace. The MVP of this tournament, win or lose, is going to be Ripeka Edwards. She has been immense. Part of the Waikato under-17 team, also played in the Women's D-League earlier on this year that was held on Auckland's North Shore. And it's great, isn't it, that we can have not only the Tauihi League that was new this year, but also the D-League, just giving that next tier of talent an opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lewis goes off glass, no good. Offensive rebound.
Rolliston Gable again.
And every roll of the green, it feels like, is going the way of Ngā Taiatea. And this one, Rogers' little hook shot goes off the Papamuri. And it's deemed that it is going to stay. No, they're going to have a conversation. I like this, Stace. If you're unsure, have a conversation with your teammate in grey. And it is deemed that is going to stay Aquinas ball. Good call.
I didn't see it, to be honest.
Hey, honesty is always the best policy.
But if they both...
As we see, CEO of Basketball New Zealand, Dylan Boucher's made his trip down as well. We saw Geordie Walker. And talking before about Celtic's good sports, Stace, I'm going to have to nominate both Geordie Walker and Catherine Jealous as my 2 nominees. They've done a fantastic job running this tournament. And they've made it so much easier for us in the commentary booth, haven't they? Looking after us in every way that we need.
Absolutely.
Short there. And so it's going to be 18.1 seconds to go here in quarter number 3 of the girls' Single A final for 2022. We haven't had one of these since 2019, so this one could be extra special. As Aquinas are going to hold for the last shot. Here's Rogers. Goes into bloody nose lane and is fouled. And I've said it to Josh Thompson in a couple of games ago. Every time I say a team's going to hold it for the last shot, they never hold it for the last shot. I'm just trying to curse everything, but that is the 14th foul for Taiatea. I thought that was actually a shooting foul, not to be. So Aquinas, now they're going to take the last shot. 4 seconds, 3. Rogers, deep, Kurufifi Toru. And that is a huge shot for Aquinas College to try and come back here. Down at 59-34. Stacey Lambert as we take another look at it. That is a massive shot for them to come back in this game.
And a massive confidence booster that's well needed for Aquinas as they come into the last quarter, 25 points down. Taiatea just showing their class in this game. Clearly showing their depth. So many different players are stepping up. Rolliston Gable, she's been great. Te Aho Maior here, she's been also great in the post on offense. But yeah, just again, they're just flowing.
I tell you what, something I would love to see next year, let's get an MC in for every game. Let's really make it a party atmosphere in here. How good would that be? As we see a little fun and games here, trying to give some things away. A little stats update. Shooting percentages, Taiatea 38%, Aquinas 28%. But it's the 3-pointers. Stace, Taiatea 9 of 14, whereas Aquinas a 1 of 11. And when it's a 25-point lead and one team's got 27 points from 3 and the other team's only got 3, you've got to say that is the makeup of the game right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Aquinas really kind of looking down the barrel here, but you know, they're not going to give up. Led by the Rogers girls, they're doing most of the creating, and you will continue to see that in the last quarter. I'd just really like to see them come out with something different defensively, see if they can take Taiatea out of their rhythm. They're going to need to stop them scoring if they want to have any chance.
Well, they're going to try and get up as much as they can, can't they? And the stat that I'm loving to see as I look down the team stats, 13 assists for Taiatea on 23 shots. That's a pretty good percentage. It's a little bit harder as well with the FIBA assists than the NBA ones. Great little look there, kick out into the corner. And if that had been a good pass, it would have been an open Kurufifi Toru for Aquinas College. And they need everything to go right with them here as we enter the final quarter of play. Girls Single A Championship on Thursday. Championship Thursday.
Looks like Maya Graham there, checking into the game for the first time for Taiatea.
Here is Ripeke Edwards.
There she goes, straight on Graham. Gets a shot up.
Not a bad shot, looking shot there either.
Yeah.
Just left it a little short there from the Kurufifi Toru attempt. So here is Sophie Rogers for Aquinas College. Dancing a little bit. Great cross-court pass, almost got picked off, but had enough mustard on it where it wasn't, but the short little hook shot there. Here comes Aquinas College. Rogers, 6 seconds on the shot clock. Can she create something? Is fouled and will potentially go to the line? Yes, she will. So great take there from Emma Rogers, the high scorer so far for Aquinas College with 16 points. And Stace, tournament team bound?
Oh, absolutely. She's definitely one of the main players on this team, and she's been integral in her team making the finals.
And actually the younger of the two Rogers sisters, she's only under 15s this year, so a really bright future for Emma Rogers.
Yeah, to play with such resilience and determination. And here she goes again. Unlucky not to get the contact on that one. Nevertheless, gets 3 points out of that play.
Here comes Ripeka Edwards for Taiatea. Little rip through, short on the finish, but great positioning from Taiatea. And away come Aquinas through the Rogers sisters. Sophie Rogers, up fake, kick out, and that creates a little bit of mayhem. Wide open Kurufifi Toru attempt is no good off the back of the tapa. Saved by Rogers.
Great. Does she get an assist for that?
She should do.
Yeah.
What a pass that was.
Great effort. Knocking over the New Zealand carbon farming signs.
Shout out to them.
And yeah, Rogers, well, she just had the only open shot she's had all night. Every other shot, someone's been draping off her. So probably a bit surprised to be so open. Wasn't able to convert on that.
Sometimes you can be too open, don't you reckon, Stace?
Yeah, absolutely. Too much time, eh? Too much time to think about missing.
Here is Taiatea. Edwards with the jump shot, long off the tapa. Rebound, Rogers keeping her defender there in jail. And I'll tell you what, I would have liked there for Olivia Malone just to hold her position. She forced Grace Cale to kind of come to the other side as the defender moved over. She'd stayed. She could have had a nice, easy right-hand layup. Here goes Edwards again. Tries to use the Papamura, gets it back, and she's fouled and going to go to the line with a chance to get point number 25 and 26. Talk about showing up for a final.
Mm-hmm. And we weren't even sure she was going to be playing at the beginning of the game.
Well, yeah, when we saw the ankle injury last night, it didn't look good by Ripeka Edwards, but obviously, whatever their team management is doing, it is working as Ripeka converts both.
And despite how awesome she's been playing, I really feel you take her out of this team and Taiatea still would have had the same result. They've just, as a team, everybody has played well.
Yeah, well, you look at Piri Lewis. Her stat line has been incredible. 16 points, 10 rebounds, 5 assists. Any other day, Stace, that might be MVP worthy. Rogers is fouled, and she will go to the line. What a bright future young Emma Rogers has. 18 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist. As we have another look at her, and yeah, that's going to be a foul. Should be on Caitlin Gable, and it is. Head coach Mike Rogers. Of course, we've got the big screen here, Stace. I was talking to Carl Neuer, who's helping coach Takapuna about whether or not the players see it as a distraction. He said they don't. I don't know about you or me, but every time I took a shot, I'd be looking at that, eh? Here is Taiatea, just over 7 minutes away from potentially winning their first girls single A championship. Edwards up the top. Jump shot is good. Ripeka Edwards, 28 points now. And you talk about big-time players making big-time plays in big-time games. It doesn't come any bigger than what she's done, as she just secured her double-double for this game. Gets her 10th rebound. What a star she's been of this age group and tournament. Eddie Lewis. Bucket.
She is on fire. I'm not sure if she's missed a 3.
I don't know if she's who's Batman or Robin out of that duo. They're both absolute stars. Rogers, great cross-court pass there. No good there, off the tapa, and away come Taiatea. Ripeke Edwards. Lewis again, just those two just make it. They're almost like orchestra conductors, aren't they? The way they're moving this Taiatea team around. Edwards, step back. And short there on the Kuruwhiwhi Toru. And sometimes, I think she's just proving that she's human, right? The way she's been playing.
Good bit of hustle there from Ma'u.
Another standout as well. I mean, if they get 3 players from this team into the tournament team, I think should be my pick for the 3rd player. Out of everyone, here is Rogers, fakes the handoff, little turnaround. She's going to say that that was a pass to her teammate. And 3 seconds is correctly called there from the referee.
And others to think about, Andrew too, is, I just missed her, where was she? Number 10, Rolleston Gable. She's been very effective.
She has actually 9 rebounds in this game.
And Tuopiki. Tuopiki had an outstanding start in this first half.
They might just have to pick the whole team in the tournament team, aren't they? The way as well that they've played in this final, they've been deserving. It's been a complete team. As Ripeke Edwards off the backboard.
Is that for her 30th point?
It is. 30 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists. Stat lines I could only dream of having, Stace. You would have had a couple of those games though, wouldn't you, Palmy boys?
Not 10 rebounds. But I got the shots up.
Short there from Rogers. Away come Taiatea again as we come into the final 5 minutes of the girls' 2022 Single A Championship game. Taiatea nearly score there off the tupper, but great box out from Amelia Gaffney.
Yeah, there's just no hesitation in the play of the players from Taiatea. They know their skill set. They know when they're open. They know where they can and can't shoot from. If they're not, they'll just move it if they're out of their strength.
Rogers hits the tapa 2 times before the 2 rapa ends up in the hands of Taiatea, up 68-39. A dominant display. And I don't feel like Aquinas has even played badly. It's just Taiatea has really risen to the occasion.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree.
Ripeke Edwards fouled again. And she's going to get the opportunity.
Look, how do you stay in front of her? She just changes direction so many times.
And so quickly as well.
Yeah. Gets you on a hip, and as soon as she got the space, she's into that little 1-foot running floater. Checking into the game, number Tekoma Toru Taiatea Belzahoro with that hukakariki, the green shoes.
Beautiful use there of the te reo. Thank you, Stace. It's such a beautiful language, isn't it? I'm such a fan of it. I'm still very early in my journey of learning the language, but
I've been very impressed, Andrew, with the amount of words that you've been able to use. It's awesome.
Here is Rogers for Aquinas. Turns the corner into Bloody Nose Lane. And what a putback from Terina Timu. It was nice, wasn't it? Just great box out from the offensive end and just went straight up and in. As we have another look at it there on the replay. And talking about our great sponsors, of course, we've got New Zealand Carbon Farming, Bailey's, Apollo Projects and Caltex. But wouldn't it be great if we had a sponsor for our action replays for 2023? If you do want to get involved for your business, please contact Basketball New Zealand. Of course, the biggest news, I think, from a sponsorship point of view, Stace, Henley's Farm coming on board to cover all travel costs for the New Zealand under-15 women's team to Guam. I think that is one of the most outstanding sponsorships potentially in not just basketball, but New Zealand youth sport in total. And the M1 is going to count once again for Emma Rogers. But I mean, trips to Guam, they're not cheap.
And when is that tournament? Is that
That's
the next
at
month?
the end of the month, yeah.
And our girls looking at being contenders?
Yeah, so it's the Oceania Championships, and then the top two of that are going to end up going to the Asia Championships. So I'm sure New Zealand and Australia would be the two to qualify out of that. And then hopefully Henley's Farm, if we do well enough, we're going to come on board once again and help our athletes out once more as that hits the back of the backboard. And it's going to be Aquinas College ball. 2 minutes and 56 seconds to play. As we see Coach Aaron there out of Opunake High School. You know, his daughter now is actually the PA for a minister. Wow. Was chatting to him. So she's done very well. Great player in her own right. Played for the Queens in the Taiatea League. Was in university in the States for 5 years. And now giving back to her local high school. And one! What a finish, Maya Graham.
Great to see some people a little deeper down the bench getting on here, and for them to do so well. Maya Graham has done well since she's been on. See if she can convert on a three-point play here. All right, nails it.
And it's great, isn't it, to see her teammates just getting up and celebrating that. Still waiting for the smile, though, from Coach Aaron Edwards. He still feels like there's a job to do. Up 30 points here. Under 3 minutes to play. Rogers goes to the line again, and this is a chance for points 22 and 23. Look at him, the Silver Fox.
He hasn't really moved from that position. Oh, there he goes.
Oh.
He's taking a seat back. Maybe might relax for the last 2 minutes.
As we see Roshi as well in the background. One of the great photographers of this tournament. Done a wonderful job walking around, getting some snaps of everyone.
As Rogers converts on the second. McDonald in for Timu.
So here come Taiatea. The match all but sewn up the championship. Our first tournament since 2019. We missed 2020, we missed 2021. COVID restricted us, as we see. They go around the rim and in from Tia Ohia.
And Ohia's just been magic in the post, hasn't she?
As we're going to see another sub in for Taiatea.
We have Sina Gabel Te'evalet, number 8 for Taiatea. Getting a taste of finals basketball.
That's a great thing, isn't it? Here is Rogers, stuffed.
Graham with a great block there. Great coming across from the weak side to help out.
And they've sort of been so impressed by Taiatea. They could have just cruised in this fourth quarter. The game nearly slowed up, but they've almost lifted their intensity, haven't they? Especially on the defensive end, wanting to finish the game for the full 40 minutes.
See, look at that discipline from Pikitiaroha Lewis. Wide open on the three-point line. Hasn't missed one. Realises.
Edwards with the Kurufifi Toru attempt, and the way she's been shooting it tonight with 32 points, I thought that one was going to be good, but not to be.
Graham picks up a foul. And looks like we'll be shooting down the other end.
Makes you wonder, doesn't it, the way that she's played tonight, what the record could potentially be for most points in a final. Wouldn't be too far away, you wouldn't think. As the first is in and out for Amelia Gaffney, and just feel So that's almost summed up the night for Aquinas, isn't it? I mean, they haven't given up, but things just haven't gone their way that they needed to. But again, another great rebound from Shadeen McDonald. That's number 5. Rogers blocked. And a lovely finish from Shadeen McDonald. She's been such a bright spark for Aquinas College. 7 points, 5 rebounds. Very steady. Here is Edwards. What a pass. I don't know how she even saw that space. Lewis spins. Finds Edwards again. Shot clock down to 2. Puts it up. Leaves it short off the tupper. Bodies on the floor for the tūrapa. And we're going to have a jump ball that's going to end up Aquinas ball.
Shadeen McDonald showing a great effort there. Hit the floor hard on that one. Not afraid to get on the floor. Not afraid to do the dirty work for her team.
As we see her, they're about to inbound the ball. Here is Rogers for Aquinas College. Crosses over, out of the on-ball screen from McDonald. And is that going to be a kickball violation? I think they're just going to go with the out of bounds. Either way, shot clock's at 14, Aquinas ball. Here is Rogers. Trying to find his sister, can't do. Well defended there from Taiatea. Rogers spins, puts it up with the right hand. Off the...
Here she goes, McDonald.
Once again, now 9.7 rebounds. And here come Taiatea. Little differential between shot clock and game clock, so they can't do the sportsmanship thing. Have to get the shot up. Rebound into the hands of Rogers. And let's see what she does here. Dribbles it off her foot. And stolen. And talk about summing up a match for Rebecca Edwards. And Taiatea Wharekura are your girls single A champions. Stacey Lambert, sum up that performance for me.
What a fitting end to the game that was. So happy for Rebecca Edwards. Clearly the player of the game. Dominated both ends. Very not far off a triple-double. Got her double-double. And yeah, like we say, that last shot just absolutely summed it up. Taiatea just far too strong, far too deep. Great effort here from Aquinas. They would never have expected to be in the finals, I don't think, at the beginning of this tournament. Only coming 5th at regionals, North Islands. So an absolutely awesome campaign for them also.
Amazing job from Aquinas, who said came 5th at qualifiers. To get into the final just shows how much heart that team has. Top scorer in this game, Rebecca Edwards, 35 points, 12 rebounds, 2 assists. Piri Lewis, 19 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists. And then for Aquinas College, the main standout, Emma Rogers, 23 points, 7 rebounds. Shadeen McDonald, 9 points, 8 rebounds. From Stacey Lambert, I'm Andrew Horrocks. We're going to leave you with some pictures from this game, and we're going to be back shortly with the boys' single A final. We've got Taiatea once again. It's the boys' turn this time, up against Opunaki. Can't wait to bring that one to you live and exclusive here on the live stream. We'll see you shortly.
Ladies and gentlemen,
this isn't about what we wore back in the day.
we're going to go now. Going once, going twice, no more offers. Sold!
It's about being trusted to get a better result for our clients since 1973.
Whoops, running on empty? Enjoy a 6 cents per litre fuel discount at your local Caltex with Pumped every day. Ah, feels good, eh? Get it at any participating Caltex. Whoops, running on empty? Enjoy a 6 cents per litre fuel discount at your local Caltex with Pumped every day. Ah, feels good, eh? Get it at any participating Caltex.